Partnership for Assessment of Readiness for College and Careers, also known as PARCC. This module is part 1 of 2 regarding PARCC. This document was developed and produced by the Maryland State Department of Education through federal funds. The Towson University Teaching Modules Development Team was led by Debbie Gartland, Project Director. Also on the team were Roberta Stroh-Snyder, Val Sharp, Michelle Pascoe, Lenore Chapman, Jessica Kirchen, Jessica Moore, Rebecca Malloy, and Darlene Fuster. What is PARCC? PARCC assessments were created after states adopted the Common Core state standards. They were developed by a consortium of participating states and territories. Assessments were created in English language arts and math. The assessments were designed for administration in 3rd to 8th grade and high school. Assessments are technology-based and designed to determine not only whether students are college and career ready, but also how they are progressing toward being ready. The assessments were field tested in 2013-14 and were administered in all schools in the 2014-15 academic year. This work is partially funded by a federal grant through the Race to the Top assessment competition. For an updated list of participating states and more info, go to parcconline.org. PARCC's vision is to build a pathway to college and career readiness for all students, to create high-quality assessments that measure the full range of the Common Core state standards, to support educators in the classroom, to make better use of technology in assessments, and to advance accountability at all levels. PARCC field testing. During the spring of 2014, an estimated 1 million students took the PARCC field test. The field test was administered in 16,000 schools throughout 14 states, which equates to about 10% of students who participate in PARCC. Both English language learners and students with disabilities were included in the testing population. The test was given in both computer-based format and paper and pencil format. The field test was designed to mirror the full PARCC assessment that was subsequently administered to all students in the spring of the 2014-2015 school year. Most students participating in the field test took only one section, either mathematics or ELA literacy. Information gained through the field test administration was used to refine the PARCC assessments for use with all students in the 2014-15 school year. At least one class from every school in Maryland participated in at least one subject test during the spring 2014 administration of the PARCC field test. Parents did not receive scores for those tests. All students in the state of Maryland participated in the full PARCC assessment in the spring of the 2014-15 school year. The initial administration took place during the 2014-15 school year. Students from 12 states took part in the PARCC assessments. Nearly 5 million students participated. Parents will receive student scores in the fall of 2015. A group of representatives from partner states set cut scores for each of 5 performance levels. Most states participating in the PARCC assessment serve on the governing board, where they make policy and test design decisions and are in control of their state assessment. Maryland is one of these states. Maryland has taken a leading role in PARCC and took over the fiscal management of a grant Florida returned under orders from their governor. Maryland has replaced the Maryland school assessments in English and mathematics in grades 3 to 8 and the high school assessments in Algebra 1 and English 10 with the PARCC assessments. A manual is available on accessibility features and accommodations that outlines allowable features and accommodations. It was revised September 2015. Accessibility and accommodations will be addressed in Part 2 of this module. This slide illustrates the life cycle of a test item on the PARCC assessment system. It begins with development. All items are aligned and reviewed for issues of bias and developmental appropriateness. Items are then field tested, and a portion of items are released for review while others are reused for future administration. PARCC is comprised of multiple assessments designed to be given at different points of the school year. Originally, 2 sets were required, but the Performance-Based Assessment, PBA, and End-of-Year Assessment, EOY, have been consolidated. One assessment or set of test units, the End-of-Year Assessment, EOY, will be administered in both ELA literacy and in mathematics. The change will result in reduced testing time for students by about 90 minutes overall. The testing window will extend from the 75% mark of the school year to the 90% mark. All test units will be administered in a 30-school day testing window. With these changes, the number of units of test has also been reduced. The streamlined processes and shorter testing time have been favorably received. There are 2 additional optional assessments available for states and systems. They are designed to inform instruction, professional development, and identify students who require interventions during the school year. Students in Maryland did not participate in either the diagnostic assessment or the mid-year assessment in 2014-15. It should be noted that there is an additional cost for these 2 optional assessments. Maryland has not yet made a decision about whether to purchase these. The model content frameworks are the bridge between the Common Core state standards and the PARCC assessment systems. They can be used as a guide for educators and curriculum designers. The next few slides will review major concepts outlined in both ELA and math. The Model Content Framework, ELA Literacy, for each grade level, grades 3 to 11, is divided into 4 sections. Narrative summary of the ELA standards, the Model Content Framework chart, key terms and concepts, and writing and speaking and listening standards progression charts. All students are expected to show mastery of the skills and knowledge within the Model Content Framework. Here are the key concepts related to literacy, reading complex text. Requires close reading of complex text using sustained analysis. Readers should examine meaning of the text methodically and be encouraged to reread text deliberately. Readers must reflect on the meaning of words, phrases, and sentences while considering the development of ideas within the text. Through careful observation, readers will draw conclusions, make comparisons, and provide synthesis of ideas across multiple text. Here are additional key concepts related to literacy. Text should include a combination of grade-level appropriate short text and one extended text. Text may be related by topic, author, genre, or text structure. Text should be selected across disciplines. Text should vary in length, density, and type, including new media formats. Here are the key concepts related to writing in response to text. Requires students to write effectively and proficiently. Improved reading comprehension results when students engage in writing notes, learning logs, writing to learn tasks, response to short text, and open-ended questions. Writers will be presented with rigorous text dependent questions which require valid written claims and inferences supported with evidence from the text. Writers in each grade level will advance an argument or explain an idea using more formal analytic writing. Although more prevalent in lower grades, writers will complete both narrative stories and narrative descriptions using time as the writing structure. Here are additional key concepts related to writing in response to text. Narrative stories include creative fiction, memoirs, anecdotes, biographies, and autobiographies. Narrative descriptions create a vivid impression of a person, phenomenon, event, or procedure. Writing should be performed both under time constraints and over a period of several days. Writers should be prepared to respond to both teacher prompts and self-generated prompts. Research projects are addressed across the ELA literacy model content frameworks periodically throughout the academic year. They should address the concepts listed on this slide. Connections should be made between research capabilities and development of expertise on a variety of topics. Research should be connected to multiple texts selected for close reading. Writers should present findings through oral presentations, argumentative or explanatory compositions, and/or multimedia. Here are the common expectations of writing quality across ELA literacy and writing. Stresses importance of citing evidence and the ability to analyze content. Writers should apply correct grammar across all written content. Emphasizes the importance of new vocabulary, formal and informal discussions, and the ability to report findings in multiple formats. Through the use of the math model frameworks, students should develop content knowledge, conceptual understanding, and expertise of the standards for mathematical practice. Principles of the Common Core State Standards of Mathematics include focus and coherence, connecting content and practice, and high expectations, conceptual understanding, fluency, and application. Students will be assessed on their ability to demonstrate focus as outlined on this slide. Focus provides students with sufficient time to think, practice, and integrate new ideas. Focus ensures that students master the most important content at a given grade level. Focus provides time for rich classroom discussion and student interactions around mathematical standards. Students will be assessed on their ability to demonstrate coherence as outlined in this slide. Coherence stresses the importance of mathematical connections through a progression of increasing knowledge, skills, and sophistication of content. Coherence allows students to see math as a logical progression with complex connections between individual skills and domains. Mathematics must not be viewed as a checklist of fragmented skills, but as a deeply connected, logical balance of content standards and practice standards. The Model Content Frameworks calls for standards of practice which connect content and practices. Standards of practice should be included across instruction, discussion, and classroom activities. Student experiences should include carefully designed standard-based activities which vary by difficulty, content, and type. Assessments, curriculum, and classroom instruction should integrate interactive mathematical tasks which will address the required grade level skills. High expectations should be set for students to demonstrate conceptual understanding of each critical key concept in math, fluency in key areas, and required to use modeling. Go to PARCConline.org for more detail regarding the Model Content Frameworks for ELA literacy and mathematics. Thank you for your attention.